You're listening to the Life Friendly Business Podcast. I'm your host, Erin Thomas Wong, business mentor, author, and founder of the Cocoon VIP membership, empowering women around the world to build businesses on their terms. If you want to grow and scale a business that works in harmony with your family and your life, this podcast is for you. This episode is for you if right now you're feeling a little bit flat, a little bit uninspired, and a little bit unmotivated about your business. It might be time that you need to reignite your business mojo, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. I'm recording this just after the new year, and this is particularly a difficult time if you're feeling like this, because we feel like we should be firing on all cylinders. We should be bounding into the new year with a clear plan and a clear action plan of what we're going to do. And if we're not, it can leave us feeling even worse, feeling like, why aren't we feeling like that? We should be feeling like that. You might also be feeling like this after illness. You know, perhaps you've had an ongoing illness for a few weeks and you just can't get your head straight afterwards. And that is perfectly normal. You know, we do need to give ourselves time from both these things, whether it's being off on school holidays with the kids and being completely out of your work routine, whether it's having time off over Christmas and New Year and questioning your whole life choices, or whether it's after illness where you're actually still recovering, but things have been really difficult and you're trying to get back into the way that you used to work. You know, all of these things, we need to acknowledge that we need a bit of time to transition back into a normal, regular routine. And I think often we expect ourselves to just like jump straight back in and feel like we did when we left off. And that's not necessarily the case. So sometimes we need to do a bit of work on ourselves to help us reignite that passion for what we're doing, or help us get the clarity that we need to move forward. So I'm a business mentor and I help women to adopt a life-friendly approach to their business. And what I mean by that is helping them to work to their own measures of success and on their own terms. And often when women come to me and they're feeling like, you know, flat and uninspired and a bit lost with their business, it's sometimes because they've allowed other people's measures of success to filter down onto them. And they're feeling like they're not good enough, or they're not ambitious enough, or they don't have enough knowledge. It's all about the not enough. And actually, these are kind of mindsets, things that we can work through to help us get through this sticky patch and then move forward. So there are 5 things that I'd like you to be thinking about to help you reignite your business mojo. The first one is, are you thinking like a business owner? Are you actually stepping into that role, the CEO role of your business? A CEO is someone who makes managerial decisions for the business. And if you are as a solopreneur, you really do need to be taking on that role as well. Are you doing that? Or are you seeing yourself as just a small business and just kind of not really owning it and not really stepping into that? And sometimes we can be doing that because we lack confidence in what we do. Sometimes we lack confidence in our own decisions as well. But if that is the case for you, then that is not going to be helping. So think about who you want to be in your business and whether you are showing up as that person. And if you're not showing up as that person, think about what you need to do to make sure that you can. And, you know, sometimes that can be filling your mind with positive affirmations about yourself. You know, I've talked before about an app called Think Up, where you can record yourself speaking back some affirmations, and it can really help give yourself that confidence that you might need to be able to see yourself in the way that you want to put yourself out there as, but also surrounding yourself with people who lift you up rather than tear you down. This is why community as a business owner is so important. This is why I created my membership, The Cocoon, and, you know, why I gather people together at live events and things like that, because we need to be around similar people to us who have similar missions and similar challenges. So being around those people can help you step into that person that you want to be as a business owner. The second thing that I want you to do is, if you have got any self-doubt here, like especially with when you're thinking about, well, hang on, am I showing up the way I want to in my business? Maybe you're not because of certain things like, lacking in confidence, not feeling like you've got everything you need to move forward with, to really shout about yourself. Have a think about what those things are that are holding you back. And, one of the things can be comparing yourself to everyone else. And this is where social media is absolutely a double-edged sword, because, there are so many positive things about social media, especially with creating the community that I was just talking about. But also, we have the comparisonitis, we have the looking at somebody else's front stage and comparing that to our own backstage, when really we have no idea what their backstage is like. So this is where, when it comes to taking the life-friendly business approach, we've got to understand what our own path needs to be. And that's based on how you want to do things, and to stop feeling like if you're not doing it like the next person, then there's something wrong. We really have to trust our own gut with that. And also, perhaps if you're running a business and you feel like there are other people doing it better than you, or you don't know enough to be able to really shout out and share your expertise, just remember that you only need to be a few steps ahead to serve others. You have got knowledge to share, you have got expertise to share, and you need to find a way to do that feels comfortable. But in order for it to feel comfortable, it probably means stretching yourself to build on that confidence to get yourself out there. The third thing that we really need to do if we want to reignite our business mojo is learn how to master our own state. So I said at the beginning that mindset really is super, super important in terms of running a successful business and having the resilience to run a successful business. And the truth is that we are not always in control of what happens to us, but we are in control of how we react to that. So we do get to decide how we react. Sometimes if we are completely stressed out and overwhelmed, we react in a knee-jerk reaction way. We react out of fear, and we know that we shouldn't have reacted like that. We wish we hadn't reacted like that. And that's why having white space in your week, not overscheduling yourself, is something that's so important, because that will help you have the space when things are thrown at you to be able to react in the way that you would like to react. Also, what's really important here is managing your own energy. We all have fluctuating energy levels. And, one of my whole things about running a life-friendly business is the fact that I can work around my energy. So when I'm like completely in the zone and creative, I can get loads of stuff done. But there are other times where I am really tired, or my brain is just fried. I've exerted lots of energy by hosting things and chatting to people and mentoring and all those things. And I need a bit of time that's a bit quieter. And I'm able to do that by moving my tasks around on a weekly basis so that I can work within my energy. Also, if you need a nap during the day, have a nap. Make sure that you are prioritizing your own well-being. And the other thing to say about mastering your own state is to learn to give yourself grace and learn to forgive yourself. Like, we are all going to make mistakes. If that's one of the things that you're feeling crap about right now, that things aren't working out the way that you want to, or maybe you made a wrong decision somewhere, these things are going to happen, and you tried your best. You did your best with the information you had at the time, and we have to learn to forgive ourselves and move on, because there's just no point constantly beating ourselves up about these things. Like, we have to learn from that and then move on. And that's where, sometimes having a mentor or a community or a group of business besties can really help you to move that process on and be like, do you know what? You've just got to let that go now. So learn to master your own state. Remember that you get to decide how to react to things, and also make sure that you are managing your own energy so that you're not getting completely burnt out. Number 4, I want you to think about your own boundaries. And are you feeling a bit exhausted right now because actually you haven't set your boundaries, or you haven't you haven't kept them, and other people have therefore been impinging on them. Because you do have the power to design your own work-life balance, but you need to decide first of all what that looks like. So what are your non-negotiables? What do you want your work week to look like? When do you want to be available to your clients and customers? When do you want to have time with the family, with the kids, with your friends? When do you want to have time to exercise? Like, we need to structure all those things in and then work around it, create a flexible working environment for ourselves. And then also we need to be communicating those boundaries with people that need to know. So whether that's your partner at home, whether that's your kids, if they're old enough, whether it's your clients and customers, like, boundaries are there to protect you. And, and especially if you are just feeling really overworked, overstretched, overwhelmed, it could be because you are letting other people impinge on your boundaries. And if you haven't communicated those boundaries, then you're just going to keep getting annoyed and keep getting irritated. So make sure that you are doing that. And then lastly, the last thing I want you to think about is the fact that you really don't have to do this alone. I know that, as a solopreneur or as a micro business owner, we feel like we want to do as much as we can on our own. We don't want to have to rely on other people. We don't necessarily want to have to pay other people. But sometimes that can be the mistake, because sometimes in order to grow your business and still honor your life-friendly business boundaries, you do need to bring people in to help you. So if you are resisting in investing in help, I really want you to ask yourself why. And, this could be help with you personally. It could be a mentor or a coach, or it could be like bringing in like a virtual assistant or bringing in an accountant. Like, what I want you to think about is in terms of like buying back your time so that you can still enjoy your business. If you're not enjoying your business right now, you have to question why that is. And sometimes it's because people are just trying to do everything themselves, and it's not realistic and it is not scalable, and you will end up with burnout if you try and do that. So let's think about, where the mindset's coming from that you have to do everything on your own. Because you can grow your business without sacrificing time with your family, and you do deserve to feel supported. So I really hope that this has given you some food for thought. I'd love to hear from you, whether this has been useful, whether you've had any kind of aha moments. So just to recap, the 5 things I want you to think about to help you reignite your business mojo are you actually showing up as the business owner you want to be right now? Have you got self-doubt issues going on that you need to work through in order to get rid of this kind of shroud of feeling a bit flat and a bit rubbish about your business? Learn to master your own state. Do you feel like you have got some control? Can you pull yourself out of a funk when you need to? And are you honoring your energy levels as well? Set your boundaries so that, you are very clear with yourself and other people around you as to when you are going to be focusing on your business. I mean, I absolutely love setting events in my Google Calendar and blocking time out for CEO time, for writing that email that I've been meaning to write for months. All those things. Actually, I love seeing them on my calendar and knowing, right, that's what I need to do here. And it also stops me from filling that time with other stuff, which might feel easier than the big things that actually are the 5% activities that I need to be doing in order to grow my business. And lastly, number 5 is that you really don't have to be doing this alone. You don't have to be struggling in your business. Maybe it's a mindset coach that you need to help you move forward. Maybe it's just a business community that can help you like move through these challenges on a daily basis and, and give you access to the things that you need to learn the skills that maybe you're lacking, which are affecting your confidence. Don't let your business wear you down. Right now, you might be feeling flat, and this might be a temporary thing. And like I say, it's completely normal to have periods like this. We're not going to, I don't think it's realistic to think that we're always going to feel completely laser focused in what we're doing. We have lots of other things in our lives that impact how we feel about our business or how we can show up for our business, especially when you've got kids or you're caring for other people. There are all these things that are going to affect the way that we feel about our business. So it's really useful to be able to reflect on some questions to work out what we can change in order to get that mojo back and feel excited about our businesses again, because that's what I want you to be feeling. That's what I want to help you to do. If you are going through this right now, where you're feeling lost, you're feeling uninspired, unmotivated, you're not really sure what steps to take next, please do reach out and chat to people, chat to your friends, chat to your community, find a mentor, speak to me, and let's work through what's going on here and what it is that is making you feel a bit stuck right now. Because I promise you, I've been through this myself many times over the last 14 years, and it will always come out with a positive outcome, because you will have learned from all the different thoughts that you've had right now. You will understand yourself even better and what your triggers are perhaps for feeling like this, for feeling flat, and it will help you move forward. So there's loads of positive stuff that can be taken from a time of potential turmoil where you're questioning everything. And, you know, sometimes these are moments that we need to have in order to make big change in the way that we're approaching our business, big change in our life. You know, I don't want you to get trapped in the hustle of running your business. It does not have to be like that. Your business does not have to run you. So please reach out and chat to me if you'd like to. You can visit the website lifefriendlybusiness.com. We can book in to have a free 20-minute coffee over Zoom, and we can talk through the things that are bothering you right now and hopefully make a path forward. Thank you very much for listening. I would love to hear how you found this episode, whether you found it useful, and if it has helped reignite your business mojo, please let me know. Honestly, it can feel like there is a lot you need to learn when building a thriving business, and it's easy to feel like you'll never know everything you need to be successful. But it is possible, just so long as you stay focused on building the right knowledge and skills. When you join the Cocoon VIP membership, you'll have the opportunity to book a one-to-one orientation call with me, and I'll help you to prioritize the activities that will have the biggest impact on your business and direct you to the materials in the library that you need. There's no need to learn it all. We'll just focus on the things that will make the biggest difference to you. We have everything you need to build a life-friendly business. So check out the Cocoon now at lifefriendlybusiness.com/cocoon.